What's up, soul family? Welcome back to another episode of Earth Experience with your favorite girl, Michaela Rose. Here on this channel, we talk about deconstructing toxic thoughts, patterns, behaviors, all of the weird stuff that's going on. Today, I really wanted to get into a topic that's really been irking my nerves a little bit lately, so I feel like it's my time to speak out on it. I know all of you guys have seen the video of the 26-year-old mother with 6.5 kids. She finna have her 7th child. Well, she is pregnant with her 7th child. I know you all by this time have seen that video, and I kind of want to talk about that situation from a different perspective. So if you haven't seen the video, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video and we can watch it together.
Mad at the next person and what they doing with their life. Baby, yes, I'm 26 with 6 kids and I'm doing the damn thing. I get up every day and make sure I do something productive around my house. I make sure that my kids see me cleaning up. I make sure that they do their part while they cleaning up. I used to think that everybody was right when they used to tell me, oh, why you got so many kids so young? It's gonna mess up your life. But baby, look, this is my life and I gotta deal with it. I ain't mad at the life that I chose. I chose it and I'm gonna do what I gotta do to provide for my kids the best way I can. And please don't get into me washing my mop in the sink. This is how I do it. This is how I see my people do it back in the day. And yes, I used to have a mop bucket. The kids broken, and that's just I gotta do what I gotta do.
Okay, so this woman, she is, like I say, 26. She's a 26-year-old woman with 6.5 kids, as she said, 6.5 kids. But what I really want to talk about is I feel like we have lost the plot a little bit. To understand where we have lost the plot, we kind of have to go backwards, right? But in Korea, there was a movement called the 4B movement. The principles of this 4B movement is basically no marriage to men, no sleeping with men, no dating men. And it was another one, but I forgot what it was. They have completely absolved their relationship to men. But that movement, the 4B movement in Korea, sparked the decentering of men here in the United States. The decentering of men here in the United States is kind of been construed a little bit. I actually wanted to show a video of kind of sort of my views on decentering men. Let's go ahead and watch that. It's all gonna make sense in the end, but yeah, let's get into this video. And it's kind of sort of my views on how I feel about decentering men.
Your life around a man is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Now, what I mean is that it doesn't mean that you can't have men in your energy at all. It doesn't mean they can't be open to dating. It doesn't mean any of that, right? What I mean is when you're in that state of mind where you wake up and the first thing on your mind is a man. What is he doing? Why isn't he talking to me? What can I do to make him like me more? What can I... Quiet the noise. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing that should be on your mind is you, your goals, your priorities, your self-care, your mental health, your well-being, whatever you have to get done for the day, before you even worry about another dude. When you start to focus...
But anyways, we're going to cut that off right there. But basically, that's the gist of kind of sort of what I feel about decentering men. Has the decentering of men turned women into women haters? All of this started in Korea. It came to the United States as decentering men. What I believe decentering men is prioritizing yourself in your life. Some women, and this is because of things that happened in the past, you got to look to the past to kind of figure out why some of these issues are happening in the now, in the present moment. Women were taught, okay, you got to be with a man, you have to have a husband. We couldn't even open bank accounts. We could not have our own houses. We could not. It was a lot of things that we could not do. And with the advancement, with the advancement of our understandings on different things that have held us back and all kind of things like that, we have come into this new understanding of what role can women play in society. We have new freedoms, basically. We have all of these new freedoms, and we come into this understanding, so that let us get back into that get into the energy of decentering men, stepping away from men being our priority and making and centering ourselves in our life and making ourselves our priority. It has nothing to do with not dating men, has nothing to do with distancing yourself from men, anything like that. I don't understand why people say that, but it has nothing to do with removing yourself from men. It has everything to do with shaping your life around you. What do you want out of life? Do you have goals? What kind of career do you want to build? What kind of life do you want to shape? Do you want to be a mother or do you not want to be a mother? And I feel like with this woman with 26 kids and also the trend of on TikTok, 21 with no kids, it sparked the hugest debate. I feel like this was an attack organized by men or something. Like, it has to be, because women, come on. Why are we arguing with each other about our own choices in our life? It makes me sick to my stomach to see it. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why would we be arguing against each other about choices that we are making in our life? The 4B movement, the decentering of men, and the hate on women with kids, and the hate on women without kids. It all loops back together. As soon as women came to this understanding that we could decenter men in our lives, okay, it was already women with children. It was already women who had fallen victim to the understanding that you have to do it this way. This is the way that it's been taught to do. This is the way that I've been coached all my life to do it this way, blase, blase. But right in the midst of that, we had women going the opposite way. Of, okay, boom, I don't have to live my life like that. I can decenter men. I can prioritize myself. I can prioritize my life and my goals. Somewhere in the midst of all of that bull crap, we feel like now we are pitted against each other. The very things that we were trying to leave behind, misogyny, the patriarchy, all of these things that we have been trying to leave behind, now we attack each other with it. Are we losing the plot? Has decentering men made women into women haters? I don't like the fact that this 26-year-old woman, even though she has 6.5 kids, but this 26-year-old woman is being attacked because she has 6.5 kids. Why? That's one of my biggest questions. Why? Like, I see so much hate. Oh, girl, you stupid for having all them kids. You dumb. You got to put up with BS for the rest of your life. I know you mad. Whoa, I thought this was all pro-choice and pro-life and all this other shit. Like, I thought it was my body, my choice, blah, 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 blah. That's why I say we losing the plot. That if it's my body, my choice, you have the right to choose to have no children. And she also has the right to choose children. The children aren't being hurt. The children are being fed. The children are being clothed. Nowhere in her lifestyle does it give bad mom. It just gives mom with plenty of kids. It wasn't given what people thought it was given. And instead of women supporting her in her decisions and listening to her grievances, I think that's the biggest part where women attack women, is where women with children and women without children, the women without children attack the women with children because women with kids have grievances, or they have complaints, or it's not mad easy or something like that. Like, oh, you chose that life. Yes, she did, but she can still have grievances. She can still have complaints. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's no reason why this should even be up for debate. It's no reason why this should even be a conversation between women with kids and women without kids. Now, on to you women with children. I am a mother myself. Why are we attacking women without kids about, oh, they don't have kids, there must be something wrong with them, they must be infertile, they must got STDs and stuff like that? That's sickening in and of itself. That's misogynistic. Y'all come with the same arguments that men come with to pressure women into having kids. Do you see the nonsense? And the same stereotypes that women with children face from men is the same stereotypes that women without kids use against women with children. Does like that's what we lose in the plot. It's not making sense. The math ain't mathing. I always tell people you gotta give energy enough time to catch up with itself. Here's how the timeline goes. Something is normalized. Something is normalized. And what was normal, you have the kid, you get married, you have the kids, you live your life, you have as many kids as blah, 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 so forth, so forth. And then something is deconstructed. You do not have to live like that. That's the deconstructed version. We are decentering men. We are realizing we can live our own lives. We have freedom, blah, 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 so forth, so forth. And then there is the change. You're making better decisions. You're developing standards. You're not laying down with everybody, blah, 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 so forth, so forth. It's a timeline of events. You have to give that energy time to catch up to itself. There are still women right now that believe, oh no, it's supposed to be this way. And then once the deconstructing happens, then people catch up and it's like, oh, maybe I do not have to live that way. But the change sometimes it takes a while for the energy to catch up. Sometimes it takes a while for people to understand and people to grasp this concept. It's not the space or the time to be judging people for things that have already happened. It's already established. When I had my children, I was very much it was very much the regular. When you get married, you have kids. When you get married, you have kids. And I had kids. You know what I'm saying? I got married. I had the kids. Didn't work out. Divorce. Okay, so now I fall victim to all of the stereotyping and all of these things when people don't know what led to these decisions. Even if it was somebody that was never married, that had 3 kids or that had 4 kids, blase, blase. You got to give people time to grow in their own time. As long as there are no harm coming to the children, it's none of your business. I don't know in what point we lost the plot between 4B movement, decentering men, and now we fighting against each other. Women, you sound like men. And I ain't even gonna say all men. You sound like the men that uphold misogyny. On both sides. Women without kids, women with kids, you sound misogynistic. You sound like you done lost the damn plot. You sound like you are upholding stereotypes. I hate it. It's all in the name of holding people accountable. We got to hold these women that have children accountable. You cannot hold someone accountable if they have not already blatantly given expectations. Does that make sense? I'm gonna put up the definition of holding somebody accountable on this screen somewhere. Your boss can hold you accountable because when you are hired into a position, you have certain expectations listed out to you, right? Now, when you do not live up to those expectations, you get held accountable, you get reprimanded, or you get fired, right? How are y'all holding mothers accountable? How are y'all holding these women that are not harming their children? There are certain expectations, social norms, would you rather, like social norms to being a mother. The norm is you don't hurt the kid, you feed the kid, you love the kid, you clothe the kid, you teach the kid. That's the expectation. If somebody is not doing that, okay, boom, they should be held accountable. But if it's just because they have multiple kids, why are you trying to hold somebody accountable about how many kids they have? They didn't break any expectations. You can't hold a stranger accountable if there were no expectations. That's weird and that's stupid. As a spiritual consultant, if I'm telling people all of these things, this is the expectations they have for me as a spiritual consultant. These are the expectations they have for me as a manifestation coach. These are the expectations that they have for me. Boom, if I break the expectations, then they can hold me accountable, right? If the expectations are broken, then you be held accountable. Then you face some sort of reprimand, canceling, consequence, backlash, blah blah blah. But if no expectations were broken, because there are no expectations placed, you can't hold a stranger accountable for shit. You can't hold a single mother accountable for anything if the social norms, those basic needs playlist has not been broken. This is just a mother with multiple children. How the hell do you got expectations for somebody you don't know? Y'all are using holding someone accountable as a scapegoat to be judgmental, to be harsh, to invoke some sort of punishments on somebody that you do not know. You don't know this person at all. It's weird. It's okay. Now I tell people to be weird, but not in that kind of way. I mean authentic. You guys are just regular being weird. We have lost the plot. We done lost the plot here. We got to get back on task. We got to get back. Okay, if we doing this movement, hold grace and hold space for the people that just have not caught up to that energy yet. And also, some people just gonna have kids. Some people are not gonna live up to your expectations. Boo damn who. The reason why the decentering of men even came into place is because of misogyny. Because of this red pill movement. Because of this, pink, you know what I'm saying? That is why we moved into decentering men. There's a losing the plot somewhere. Somewhere the plot is being lost. Somewhere we done took a left when we should have took a right. This whole movement was about empowering women to, take charge and take control back over their life. Everybody's standards will not look like your standards. Everybody's journey to self-love will not look like your journey to self-love. Everybody's self-esteem may not rise and build at the same rate or look like how your self-esteem look. You got to hold grace for you got to give it time. Any movement, any movement that has taken place, just like the civil rights movement. If you ask me, we still in the civil rights movement, but every movement that has taken place, it takes time. Small events happen, then we progress. Small events happen, we progress, and so forth until we get what we want, right? Until we get what we set out to achieve. Everybody not gonna follow the movement though, and that's just real. You gotta leave certain people where they at. So back to y'all women with children attacking women without kids, defaming, attacking women without children just because they choose to leave a life. That's misogyny. Address that. Deconstruct that. That's misogyny. Deconstruct that. You literally sound just like these red pill men. Oh, that's selfish not to have children. Who said who said these women can't be selfish? They can. Even I don't see it as selfish, but who said they can't be selfish? Since that's the word people love to use when talking to women without children. Who said they can't be selfish? I use that term very loosely. Y'all don't attack me. But who said they couldn't be? Who said that? I thought we was fighting for pro-choice and my body, my choice, right? Why is it a big deal if the women without children are child-free because of abortion? It doesn't matter why they're child-free. They are child-free. It's no need to attack women without children that want to progress and move on with their own life how they see fit. Everybody need to worry about their own damn life. Is basically the point I'm getting at. Whether you want to decenter men, whether you choose not to decenter men, whether you want a trad lifestyle, whether you want a non-traditional lifestyle, whether it does not matter. Point being, we losing the plot. The very thing that we sought out to do with this movement is now the very things that we are doing onto other women. Y'all have removed the men from the plot and now y'all doing it yourselves to each other. What the hell kind of sense does that make? We are moving backwards. We moving backwards. That don't make no damn sense. That don't make no sense. That don't make sense. I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from in this video when I say, for one, you can't be holding strangers accountable for nothing if there were no expectations. And even if the social norm expectations are there, if they have not broken any of those expectations, there is no holding accountable. There's nothing to be held accountable for. It's just hate. That's my main point. It's just hate. And it's sickening to watch. I need y'all to deconstruct that. I need the people to deconstruct that. Deconstruct that. We already live with enough stereotypes. We already live with enough backlash. We already live with enough, just enough. Why do we choose to spew and spread that energy to one another when you can just move on with your life? I would never judge a woman. I would never judge or, try and hold someone accountable. That's what y'all like to call it. That's what y'all like to call it. I know the truth. You will not deceive me. I know the truth. For real, I know. Y'all love to use that I'm holding them accountable. For the fuck what? I was gonna save that, but nah, for the hell what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You sound stupid. My bad. I don't like calling people stupid, y'all. I just love to say that. Give the energy enough time to catch back up to itself. Give people enough time to figure out, okay, how they want to navigate this life, so forth. If they not harming nobody, then if they not harming themselves, if they not harming their children, if they not harming nobody, let it go. But all this hate, this back and forth between women is sickening. Y'all turning into the very problem that we sought out to get away from. The same problem I have witnessed you guys turning into. What the hell? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. All of this peaked from the 4B movement. I'm telling you, y'all put a term to everything, decentering men. That's just you living your life. You living your life. you chasing it's literally you making yourself a priority in your life. And that does not mean you will not date. That does not mean you will not get married. That just means you matter in the choices of your life. You matter. What your choices and decisions are in your life matters. You make that number one. That's it. That's the whole thing. I'm telling you, that's the whole thing. I cannot believe that this whole thing has turned into a full circle moment. Like, how did we end back up? Like, I'm talking about a full 360. We running away from the problem. We changing the problem. We back at the damn problem. Except with a different handler. What the hell? I'm sorry, y'all. It's not funny, but it's like, wake up. You're being misogynistic. What's not clicking, Steven? What's not clicking, Steven? Both groups, y'all sound just misogynistic as hell. Well, you laid down with all of those. You laid down with those people. You choose better. And then the other side, well, you something got to be wrong with you. You out here killing babies. You need to get married to have some kids. You know you need to have some kids. Stupid. Stupid. Sounding dumb. But anyways, y'all, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up because now I'm just yapping. Now I'm just yapping. But y'all get the point of what I'm saying. When you know better, you do better. And now y'all know. Y'all look misogynistic as hell and y'all leading us right back into the same trap that we sought out to escape. Do better. When you know better, you do better. Anyways, I love y'all. Y'all go ahead, like this thing up, subscribe to the channel, and post some stuff down in the comments. Tell me how y'all feel about this video, how y'all feel about this whole kids versus no kids argument. Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Love y'all. Peace.